Hello, chat, and welcome to episode 5 of Breakout. Wow, we're booking. We're training. Nick Mondo has heat. He got a slap on the wrist. It's negative impact. You know what? You don't seem to be very good at making my decisions for me, huh? Mystico's guilty. That's good. Styles and Flair had an argument. Sting and Briscoe have been hanging out together. Snitsky and Nick Mondo were getting on well backstage. Great. Metal. Metal. I need more of these people to be friendly with each other. Colt Cabana. And okay, not Colt Cabana. Samoa Joe. And ideally someone on the cast. Loki. Great. Running the show. Now. What if we go here? Last used. Chris Hero, Jazz. Okay, Chris Hero and Jazz. It's a good pre-show match. Jazz hates it, so I guess Jazz is going over. Sure. We'll do Cody Rhodes. He still needs to learn how to work. Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega. Pre-show. Then we do like Briscoes against Daphne and Hillary. Jay Briscoe wins. Great. Okay. We have a pre-show. Now, last episode saw Beth Phoenix take out Nick Mondo, and the big thing was Sting was like, Red, I'm not going to help you anymore. I'm not going to be your mentor. I'm not going to come up to you at the ring. And Piper's like, well, then I will, because I'm not going to abandon this kid. So we will have, I guess, something to do with that, I guess. Maybe like David Arquette is like, you know, hey, this isn't how this works. You can't just trade people. He is not on that team. And Sting's like, that's fine. He can be on my team, or he can technically be on my team, but I'm not taking responsibility for him. And then Piper gets mad and is part of it. And so are Amazing Red and Air Paris, who are also involved. And so this is going to be like Arquette tells Sting, no, they say, whatever. I don't know. It's not a great segment name, but you know what I mean. But that could be like 5 minutes, and then storyline development build up to Arquette being like, it's time to pick for the match. So Team Hogan really, really wants to win because they're very behind right now, so they pick Samoa Joe. It's like a no-brainer pick for them. So it's going to be dramatic acting for everyone. Hulk Hogan, Ted DiBiase, Scott Steiner, Sting, and Bret Hart. And then Colt Cabana will be doing his comic relief as usual. Beth Phoenix will be doing dramatic acting. Samoa Joe, Loki, AJ Styles, Orlando Jordan, and Air Paris. And yeah, one thing that Air Paris and Beth Phoenix can actually agree on is that Joe should be their pick tonight so that he can win for them, basically. Let's have this be, I guess it should be a pre-tape. Because we've tried doing it live, but I think they need a little more time to cook. So I think giving it backstage pre-tape is better. Let's do a pre-tape. And then we have Team Flair. And they pick somebody. I'm not sure who yet. Oops. No, not character development. It should be dramatic acting. Yes. Ric Flair. Goldberg. Scott Steiner. Sting. And Bret Hart. Along with David Flair. Gene Snitsky. M-Dog 20. Jon Heidenreich. Monty Brown. Mystico. Amazing Red. CM Punk. And Bryan Danielson. And they discuss who they want it to be, backstage, storyline development, pre-tape for 5 minutes. And you gotta think about this. There's 5 options. Who would they pick? They still don't want to pick Red because they kind of want to pick him for if they lose. Could pick Mystico. I think they go, let's try to keep momentum. Let's do a tough guy. Let's do Monty Brown. And I think that makes enough sense. I'm going to say, like, Steiner rallies for Monty Brown and he rallied for Heidenreich. And he thinks that, like, they're the 2 biggest, best guys. And he's like, Monty Brown will beat anyone on that team easy, especially Samoa Joe because he's fat. So, that's easy. So Team Flair picks Monty Brown. Then I will add the footnote to both of them. Great. So we do Samoa Joe versus Monty Brown. We can do like a 9-minute match, but Joe wins. And because Joe wins, that means Flair has to, for the first time since episode 1, vote somebody into the thingy. You know, the thingy. I also want a quick ad, outside broadcast hype video. Jordan/Styles video package, where we have Orlando Jordan, AJ Styles as the subjects. We have Orlando Jordan. We have Randy Savage, Cheerleader Melissa, Loki, Curt Hennig, and Air Paris, all talking about AJ Styles. All people who show up in the interview section. Yes. And this will run at some time. I also want let's do I don't know. Let me think about it. Oh, I have an idea. Yeah, okay. Let's do Danielson Punk video package. And we have outside broadcast hype video, CM Punk, and Danielson. We have Colt Cabana talking about them, and we have Bret Hart talking about them. Um, we I could do like all the video packages in this one. Let's see if we can fit that. I would like that. So then like Samoa Joe, low key video package. For Samoa Joe and Loki. And then we have Curt Hennig talking about them. Yeah. Actually, teams. Loki and Bryan Danielson. So they could talk about each other, honestly. If they've teamed a little bit. Nah. No, it's not necessary. No, we can just have it be like this. And then the last one should be M-Dog / Monty Brown video package. Book ad. M-Dog, Monty Brown, outside broadcast. And we have Gene Snitsky, Goldberg, Monty Brown is with Jon Heidenreich and Scott Steiner. Yes. And so before this match, the Samoa Joe Monty Brown one, we can have like this Samoa Joe low key one right after this angle. And then right here, we throw in this video package right before this match. And then later we have these two. And I'm thinking the match should be Bryan Danielson versus Amazing Red. You know, we'll say they vote Danielson in for being a little guy. They don't think he's good enough. They vote Amazing Red in for obviously his attitude problems. And we're gonna say Sting comes in and distracts Amazing Red because the Roddy Piper's at ringside trying to cheat for Amazing Red to win, and Danielson once Red is distracted by like Sting's intro play, Sting walks out, Danielson takes advantage, locks in like the cattle mutilation or whatever, and gets the win. And like I guess 10 minutes is good for that. I like it. And then we need an angle where Team Flair votes Red and Danielson. With everyone. Ric Flair. Goldberg. Scott Steiner. Sting. And Bret Hart. David Flair. Gene Snitsky. M. Doug 20. Jon Heidenreich. Monty Brown. Mystico. Amazing Red. CM Punk. And Bryan Danielson. And I mean, Punk sticks up for Danielson, but ultimately they see Danielson as a little guy who can't get it done, so they vote him in. This will be storyline advancement live in the ring. Right. And then that'll happen here. And then we have the Danielson Punk video package right after. So this match happens. Danielson beats Red due to Sting basically combating Piper. And then like Sting, Piper argue / fight to close show, basically. Like part 1 minute live serious. Copy part 2, same thing, but they're fighting. And then that's basically just how we end the show. That sounds good. Yes. Okay. Jazz defeats Chris Hero. They have great chemistry. Hold on. Just making sure I got paranoid for a second. Okay, Cody Rhodes learning to work. Briscoes, Daphne. Opening promo with Red and Sting. We get this stuff, the video package for Loki and Joe. We get the pre-tape voting angle and the other one. Then we have the video package for these guys. Samoa Joe defeats Monty Brown. These guys, video package. Then we go voting. Final video package. And then the main event, Danielson beats Red. Sting makes an appearance. Sting and Piper brawl and fight. And that's the show. So take Amazing Red off the list. He has been eliminated. A lot of improvement, don't get me wrong. 16th. Amazing Red, who is with Sting. No legend has been completely eliminated yet. They are all still in it, all 10 of them. Heidenreich needs to learn how to sell. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go to Stables. And now Team Flair basically unanimously wanted Amazing Red out. And Danielson proved himself by being able to do that. So it's very good. This is the deadest stable ever, so let's make that inactive. This should also be inactive. And then yeah, everything there is good. Piper now basically just has Paris. And then we can do Aftershock. Boop. Boop. I don't have anything to, I don't like. Mickie Jay organizes a poker tournament. Bret Hart got in an argument with Colt Cabana because he hates team building. CM Punk, you're literally friends with him, first of all. Like, what's your problem? Stern warning. Nothing happens. Wrestler's Court, Heenan. Great. Good. Metal. Amazing Red. Be friends with somebody? He only be friends with refs? Terry Funk? Like, what? Beth Phoenix. And Mystico? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So, last show, the big thing was Sting versus Red. And we can obviously continue that here. Danielson is now kind of involved as well. Who is Bret Hart's rookie. Um, I think honestly I do Sting versus Red as like the blowout, the blow off. And like Sting obviously wins. And like I think the way we do it is we have Amazing Red challenge Sting. Amazing Red and Piper challenge Sting 1-on-1, and Sting is like, "You're joking, right?" And he's like, "I'll have Mystico, um, basically at ringside, eyeing down Piper at all times to make sure there's no cheating." So Red challenges Sting, 4-minute angle in match live hype. And then let's have at ringside Mystico to make sure that that all goes off without a hitch. Jimmy Jacobs, Nick Mondo, Austin Aries. Austin Aries versus Cody Rhodes, eh? Then we have Jimmy Jacobs against I don't know, Alexis Lurie. Great. Let's have a match with Dutch Mantel and Angel Chavez against, like, they could be against whoever here, honestly. Mm-mm. It's a good question, actually. Maybe like Joe and Kimona, because I kind of like that tag team. I know they're. Yeah, I want to continue. Yeah, ignore the warning. I know the chemistry, man. And then we have like Joe pinning Mantel, and have it be an open match. I want everyone to get their road agent cannot be a competitor. Yeah, I hear you. Great. I like that match. Sting might be main event. We'll see. Um, you know what? We've had like who is it? Who was calling out the sexist? It was Hulk Hogan, obviously, but then who else? Who else was against the Sting? Sting has a match tonight already. Okay. Randy Savage, Orlando Jordan, and Cheerleader Melissa. That's interesting. Randy Savage, Orlando Jordan, and Cheerleader Melissa. What if I did like 3v3? Okay, hear me out here. Hear me out. Randy Savage, Orlando Jordan, and cheerleader Melissa against, hear me out, Roddy Piper, David Arquette, and Vince Russo. Huh? Right, right? Like a 10-minute, like a 12-minute match where like Melissa pins her. Maybe not, but like Savage pins Russo. Well, we can put them on for 10, yeah? It's a 6-man. They don't have to be in the match the whole time. Holy. Okay. Okay. Well, they'll do it for 6. We could have an angle for that where it's like Savage calls out people in charge, asks for match. Um, promo, and we have like Savage, and we have Russo, Arquette, and because it's like partially about Piper and how Piper has been acting with his team, Piper gets involved as well, and he is there with his team, Jordan and this is some hype. Great. Yes. And we can move this here. Put this here. Put this here. What if I had it be Armstrong? What if I had it be Scott Armstrong instead of Roddy Piper? I kind of like that. Remove Piper, replace with Scott Armstrong, and just make it real normal. Referee cannot also be a competitor. Mickie Jay. Huh? What a match. I mean, it's a dream match. Everyone's been asking for this match, right? Right? Randy Savage, Orlando Jordan, cheerleader, like matches that have never been thought of in human history. Okay. You could do like a 3v3 with maybe a 2v2. Flares against Goldberg. No, not Goldberg. Piper. No, not Piper. Hennig? Could be Hennig. Yeah, Hennig. Hennig and Loki. And we have David Flair go over Loki. Have this be like a 10-minute match. Shove it right here. Or here, even. Sure. Then we do. Oh, what if it was Lawler instead of Armstrong? Hmm. I think it makes more sense to be Armstrong because I feel like he can be like the referee is like enabling the cheating. Scott Armstrong, shove him in the match for that reason. Yeah, I think it makes sense. We can do. Have we done Beth Phoenix? Nick Mondo was the elimination. But what about Beth Phoenix Air Paris? We have not. Okay, great. Beth Phoenix takes it. Of course, naturally. Naturally. Like here. Great. Then we have like 2 more minutes of content. I can shove 2 more minutes on this match. Why not? And then shove another match in as well. We could do maybe Snitsky over Kenny in the pre-show. Great. Run it. Aries beats Rhodes. Jacobs beats Larry. They have great chemistry. Snitsky beats Omega, and honestly, they're running some ratings. This rating was, or this segment was bad, but like not that bad comparatively. Dutch Mantel is considered a worker they don't have any investment in. Really, really. Okay, whatever you say, man. That's kind of crazy. Amazing Red looked lost. He was awful. Flair versus Hogan. This was great. Yeah, David Flair with 34. Loki with a 28. I mean, really not bad. Beth Phoenix beats Air Paris. Here's the weird match. Why are you guys in poor form, huh? Okay. Vince Russo with 39, David Arquette with a 39, Scott Armstrong with a 25. Scott Armstrong is pulling out worse performances than Russo and Arquette. Sure. Jordan is up to a 21, which is, I mean, it's slight improvement, eh? Sting beats Red in the main event, naturally. And, I mean, obviously put him to a great match. Yeah, it seems very good. Of course, we're getting a little less popular, but that's natural. That's natural. We'll find our footing, you know? It happens. We're down to 15. And I mean, Amazing Red. He's done great work, but it was his time to go just because, like, storyline wise, it made the most sense. As much as he's been great. Like a lot of the people left are great. So has to go that way sometimes. Please heel test, please. Yes, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'll see you in episode 6. Bye, chat.